What is this? Well, trying to find some angle where this doesn't look all like droopy and dark, but apparently it's not the lighting, it's just my face. Oh, we made it to the end of week 2 of Beatrice Caruso's 67 Try Your Best Challenge. Week 2 was not as great and wonderful as week 1, but figured that would be so because whenever you start something, it's always, you've got the excitement and the newness and the preparedness and all of that going with you for week 1. And then like week 2, you're like, ugh. Today is Saturday, May 1st. I was going to post a video last Sunday because there are 440 of you now. And that just blows my mind. And I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I need to put a new video out because, you know, I have all these new subscribers. But no, not going to do that. That video was just me sitting and talking. It was very like forced and awkward. So that's not happening. Just going to give you a quick recap from week 1, which was, again, everything was great. It was fun. I did great on my diet. I did great on my water. I didn't do too great on the exercise. The 5 hours of weekly physical activity from week 1. I kind of modified it a bit and just tried to make sure I got my heart rate up each day because 5 hours just was, it was not going to fit for me. If I still was going to bed at the hour that I'm comfortable going to bed and getting up at my normal time and all of that, there was just no room for 5 hours of physical activity. So, but I modified it and it was great. I did a good job keeping a journal. Mental activity, not as good week 1 as I've done week 2. Moving on, week 2. Sunday started off with a ton of physical activity. My mom rented a dumpster and had hired this guy. He was going to come out to the farm and clean out a bunch of our old barns and sheds, and he bailed. So my mom had this dumpster left for a day, and it of course costs a lot of money to rent a dumpster if you didn't know that. So we spent the day throwing a bunch of trash away, finding a bunch of cool things. It honestly, at one point, though, was really frustrating because I love decluttering and throwing stuff away. I get a little ahead of myself sometimes, but I love it. My mom and my husband are like, oh, what's this? And then, mind you, this was something that has been buried underneath something forever. And they start talking about it, and then all of a sudden they have formed this emotional bond to this item, and mentally it was exhausting, but physically got a lot of stuff in. I also have been watching YouTube videos from The Body Project, I think, and his videos are great. I love his attitude and how he speaks to you, and he's very encouraging. He just is always saying, you know, you can pause, you can slow down, you can stop even, but don't leave. Like, stay with me. And that's been really helpful because there's a lot of times where I'll be doing something and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. But I stay and, you know, I can pick up on the next exercise. So I really like his videos. So that's been helping a lot with my physical activity. So physical activity is good. The diet for week 2, not as good. Lots of fast food eating. So I did have a Coke on Friday because it was Friday. Come on. And this week at work has just been crazy, and it's only going to get crazier until the end of the reflection. I feel like this is reflection. This is what I'm doing right now, right? I'm reflecting. Water's been great. Measuring progress. I have been weighing myself a lot. I'm down 2 pounds since I started, and my calorie intake that I've been sticking with is set for me to lose like a pound a week, give or take a couple here, ounces. So that's been pretty much on point. I did not do any meal prepping this week because Sunday was when we did all of that stuff for my mom. And then since I didn't make time for it on Sunday, I literally had no other time to do it. And I knew that would happen. I did go to the library and pick up a couple of new reading selections. I was not reading at all. Not at all. The book that I got that I was so excited for, I think will be a good audiobook, but I just can't. I've been stuck on page 8 for 9 days. So clearly not going to be able to read that. So I went to the library. Our library is so beautiful. I just love our library. I went there and picked out a couple of like adult fiction books, which I have not been to a library and checked out an adult fiction book in probably at least 9 years. Isn't that crazy? So that was kind of fun and nostalgic. That was fun. I've been doing a really good job of meditating. I downloaded the Calm app, and I am going to pay for the yearly subscription, which I believe is either $60 or $70 a year, which a lot of apps are like $10 a month. So, I mean, that's not really that expensive. I already know it's going to be worth it. One, the sleep stories that they have on that for the kids. Chef's kiss. Perfect. My daughter, who just never stops. I mean, it's impossible for her to fall asleep. Every morning she wakes up and she's like, oh, I didn't get to hear how The Pillow Thief ended again. Like, yeah, because you fell asleep. So that's great. And I have been doing a meditation class. Today was day 6 or day 7. And I really liked it. A big thing I've picked up is to find your like home base. And so you practice that while meditating, and then you can use that home base anytime you want. So my home base that I have picked is just feeling my feet on the ground, like literally being on the ground. And I've been practicing that, which it might sound silly. It still sounds silly to me, but I understand it a little bit more now that I've started meditating. But there was a day this week where I was really overwhelmed with something. I just happened to be at home. I don't even remember what it was, because that's in, hindsight, it wasn't that big of a deal. But in the moment it was. And I remember like I had to take my shoes off. I had to take my shoes and my socks off and just put my feet on the ground and, take my deep breaths, and whoa, it's just crazy. It's crazy how much it helps. I also can't tell you how amazing this community of people are. Like on Instagram, I have my Facebook group that I started that has over 100 people, and I don't know all these people, but I feel so comfortable posting on there, and I hope others do too. And we've been sharing, struggles and wins and all that on there. And it's been so much fun. I am starting kind of a new challenge, I guess, today as well. I pledged to walk 40 miles in the month of May for the American Cancer Society. I did it just kind of as a way to be more active and bring awareness, because I can't. Is there anyone who hasn't been affected by cancer? If you haven't, you are very fortunate. That's it for a recap, I guess. I hope I recapped it all. I hope I didn't ramble too much of weeks 1 and 2. I think I will just do bi-weekly stuff. That seems to work for me. So every other week I'll get on here. If you're looking for encouragement and accountability and all of that, I will link my Instagram page, my Facebook group, Beatrice's info, because she really does have a great community of people. So much fun. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. I wish you happiness and strength for whatever is ahead of you, and I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.